Coming up in this week's vlog episode, we head into Lisbon with my stepdad Jeremy. We stay in a cute little sailboat and do a bit of sightseeing. Jeremy plays bass guitar in a famous Lisbon Fado bar before flying back to South Africa with little to no sleep. We catch up with Shrokin on his farm for some sheep shearing action. We wine and dine with the locals, and we get pretty drunk on some local spirits. We kick off this week's video with a giant meteorite that flew right over our farm and was captured on our rear link security cameras. How amazing is that? And here's a close-up of the action. Welcome back to our beautiful little farm in central Portugal. Last week we cut the grasses. A couple of days ago I said goodbye to my stepdad Jeremy. If you saw last week's episode, you'll see that he visited us here on the farm. And yeah, I really got to show him around. I showed him Fundão, Castelo Branco. We went to restaurants, we went up mountains, we went to the lake, we e-biked all over the place, we saw ruins, and we also went into Lisbon. That was like the last night of his trip, and we stayed on the most amazing boat. So this is a little sailing yacht that I booked on booking.com, which is pretty cool. I'm in Lisbon. Just in that direction over there is the Belém Tower, and yeah, look at this beautiful weather. It's springtime, but I wanted to show you this awesome little boat that I'm staying on. So welcome aboard. Check it out. It's not a very big boat. I think it's probably about 30 foot or something. I'm not exactly sure. I would say it's probably about 10 meters. And well, anyway, have a look inside. So we go down the steps, and just got to be careful because I'm wearing socks and it could be quite slippery on here. And check this out. We have a little kitchen. It's a little bit of a mess because my stepdad Jeremy, he's busy. Well, he was packing his stuff. He's just gone to the bath, well, to the shower block. So we've got like an oven, and we have a nice little living room arrangement down here. We have a nice little bedroom for Jeremy up in the nose of the boat. It's quite cozy. And then check it out, if we look back in this direction, we've got some sofas and a nice little table that can open up on both sides. And we have another bedroom over here. This is the one that I'm using. It's very dark in here because the light doesn't work, but it's still pretty cool. And then we have a little bathroom, toilet, basin. So yeah, these are our accommodations for the night. I like doing unusual sort of hotel things instead of booking like a hotel room or whatever, especially if you're with more than one person. It's quite nice staying on something interesting like this. So yeah, I found them on booking.com, and yeah, so far so good. Anyway, I'm just waiting for Jeremy to get back from the ablution block. He's having a shower, and then we're going to hit El Fama, which is about a €6 Uber ride down in that direction. I love that place, and we're going to go to an awesome Fado club. That night in Lisbon was pretty awesome. We had the boat, but we also ended up going to this Fado club, and Jeremy even got invited up on stage to play with the guys. So I've put the full versions of those songs, the two songs that Jeremy played there at the Fado Club. Those are on our Patreon page, so you can go and check them out there if you want. But yeah, it was an amazing night. We got home at about 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. We got little to no sleep, and then I had to get Jeremy off to the airport to fly back to South Africa. Dude, what a cool night, eh?
The end of an absolutely blinding trip in Portugal. Wow, I mean, I've had everything. Everything that was on the bucket list I did. And things I didn't even expect it to do.
I mean, you even rock started in some amazing Fado club last night.
In a Fado club. They made the mistake of inviting me on stage, so I did.
No, it was awesome, dude.
It was really, really an incredible trip.
Yeah.
Wonderful food.
What time did we get home last night? It was like 3:30, 4. Oh, we've got a taxi arriving.
Very late. It was very late, but I was buzzing like a teenager by the time we got back.
It's been amazing. Yeah. But yeah, no. So we're going to go to the airport now. Drop your bags off, and then we've got some time to cruise around a bit. Yeah.
Airport now, I lose the bag, and yeah, enjoy the last few hours. It's the end of the trip for me, but I'll be back for sure.
Yeah, and hopefully you're not going to have like a travel nightmare. Like your last flight was
No
crazy.
more travel nightmares. I had a nightmare on the way in. Don't want that to happen again.
So Jeremy was heading out at 11 o'clock at night. I had to actually leave him at about 1 o'clock in order for me to get back to the farm and to do the stuff that I needed to do that day. So in the meantime, we headed off to Lisbon Airport, and there's a place there where you can drop off your bags. Yeah, Jeremy's flight's out at 11 o'clock tonight. I think the time now is about 11 o'clock in the morning, so he's got a long way. So we're going to lock his bags up in one of these lockers, and I'm going to hang out with him here till about lunchtime and head on back to the farm. I always find it a bit difficult to film when I have like friends or family around, when I'm trying to spend quality time with them. But I did manage to get a couple of little snaps in. After dropping off the bags, we did a little bit of touristy stuff and went on the telly cabins. All right, the telly cabin. Woohoo! I've only done this once before. I think it should be fun. As long as the doors close, it should be fun. If the doors stay open, it's not going to be so fun. Yeah, so the taxi driver, he was trying to say that bridge is 22 kilometers long. I can't imagine. 22 kilometers? I don't know, that doesn't seem possible. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments if this Lisbon bridge is actually 22 kilometers long, because that seems like a bit far. It's time to close the doors. Oh, there we go, okay. There we go. Excellent. You ready for acceleration? So, Jem, we're on our way to...
back to the terrifying speed as we more up into the sky.
This is cool, huh?
This is brilliant, yeah.
So this is called the telly cabins in Lisbon. You've probably seen this in one of my other Lisbon videos. We can see the Lisbon Aquarium just on the left there. And I'm not sure what that dome is. Is that like the Vodafone dome or the Nosh dome or the Mio dome or something? And yeah, look at these views, man. Incredible. And that's where we've just come from. And the tickets are €7.50 per person, so it's quite expensive, but if you come to Lisbon, it's definitely worth doing it at least once, eh, Jem?
I feel like I'm doing a touristy, I feel unclean for doing such a touristy thing.
It's very touristy.
Like, it's so kind of...
But it's very cool.
Touristy, but it is lovely, actually.
Something like this is very cool unless you've watched those Final Destination movies and then you like start seeing one of the cables kind of like fraying or something, you know?
Imagine a James Bond villain trying to jump from this one onto your one.
Yes. I mean, if you were to fall, if this cabin were to fall into the sea, I don't think you'd survive that. No chance. Yeah, and then on the left you can see all the sort of posh skyscraper type buildings. And Lisbon Orient Station is kind of back in this direction, and that's where we're heading. So this little ride's about to end. What do you reckon, Jeremy? Was it worth $7.50?
Definitely.
Definitely, okay.
Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
You've got to do it.
Yeah.
If you haven't done it, you know.
Yeah, well, I've done it once before.
Yeah.
This is second time. I'm actually enjoying it second time as well, so.
Yeah. I'm doing it twice as an overkill myself.
Oh, that was worth it.
Very excellent.
Awesome.
Well done, Portugal. See, I think it sort of disconnects from the cable and then just
is that what's happening?
by this rail and
that makes sense. And then the door opens.
Step outside that gracious man.
And they're telling us here that they're offering cider apparently. Fresh cider. Ice cold. And then we had to make our way back to the airport. Sadly, I had to say goodbye to Jeremy. So we hit the underground. The underground in Lisbon is a pretty interesting way to travel. I'm super sleepy, dude. I mean, I'm tired, okay? It was 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock by the time we got back to the boat. I managed to sleep until 7, so I got like 3 hours sleep, and you didn't really sleep.
It's the rock star life, you know.
And now you've got like a major flight.
Rock star life never ends.
Nearly there, Jem. Shame, man. Jeremy's got this nightmare trip ahead of him. Well, it shouldn't be a nightmare trip if if Air Angola actually do their job properly. But on the way here, on the way here,
what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah. What went wrong?
Worst that could happen.
What went wrong the first time round? It was like you got laid over for what, 7.5 hours or 9 hours or something.
The flight from Cape Town was delayed by 6.5 hours.
Yeah.
And when we got to Angola, at midnight or whatever time it was, the aircraft taking us to Portugal had already left.
Yeah.
So they put us in a hotel.
But it was like a...
hotels are interesting.
You said it was like a third world hotel almost. Yeah.
It was very, very strange.
Yeah.
But you know.
Yeah.
Here I am.
Yeah. Well, you got
So
here.
I don't want that.
No. But hopefully we won't have any more dramas this way, right?
We don't want any more dramas.
Yeah. So there's an underground station right by the airport, so it's quite easy to get to if you don't want to take an Uber taxi. We've been taxiing around all over the place, and we decided we're going to get one of these cards and use the underground a bit today. And yeah, you just walk straight through, and it pops up right at the airport, which is quite handy. And finally, it was time to say goodbye, but I know that Jeremy will be back.
I've had the best time ever in Portugal. The absolute best time ever. Thank you so much, Ken and Gina, for having me.
I think you might be changing. You might be changing some of your ideas about the future as well.
Yeah.
Well, perhaps, yeah.
No, that's been amazing.
Yeah.
Really amazing.
Yeah. Cool.
Thanks.
Well, anyway, this is where I'm going to sign off now to say a proper goodbye to Jem, and yeah, we'll catch you in a bit.
Ciao.
It really was the perfect trip, and Jeremy got to see the farm in all of its glory while we had all of the beautiful flowers and plants and everything like that out. He also got to see the fields getting cut, and unfortunately he never got to see the hay baling part. But yeah, next time it's going to be you and Mom next year. I think we do same time of year, and I can't wait to take Mom to that Fado club. I know she's going to absolutely freak out if she sees that place and listens to that music, and she's also probably going to want to get involved and do some singing. So yeah, let's do it next year. We're just going to head across to Joaquin's farm quickly. He's got his annual sheep shearing happening. This is basically something that happens once a year. You get their big woolen coats off so that in the really hot summer these sheep obviously don't overheat. And you've probably seen this in my videos. We do this every single year. To the rain. Whoa! Whoa! And after it's cut, it goes into these bags over here. And I'm not sure exactly. I think Joaquin was telling me that the price of wool is really so little. It doesn't really pay for itself. It doesn't pay for the labor or anything like that. But it's a real pity because obviously this is good quality stuff. It's really, really good for like insulation and, well, also for, you know, for making clothing and stuff like that. Let's go and find the sheep that have already been shorn. Here's one over here. It's probably going to be a little bit nervous because obviously getting its hair cut is a little bit of a traumatic experience. And these are the ones that have been let through so far. You can see they're in the pasture and they're happily munching away. We've got a couple more joining us now. Wow, what a difference it makes, huh? So imagine in a couple of weeks, actually in about a week's time, it goes up to about 30 degrees, 32 degrees. And then a couple of weeks after that, we might even hit 40 degrees plus. And I think they're going to appreciate not having those big coats on. It's really cool seeing all the action. So I think you can almost see the sheep are quite relaxed when it comes to being shorn. Obviously, animals like this don't want to be handled, but you can see that they kind of give up a little bit. And these guys know what they're doing. There's no like cuts or nicks or anything like that. So yeah, they're doing a very good job. So I filmed the sheep shearing a couple of years now, probably like, I don't know, like the last 2 years or 3 years. I'll put some links up on the screen where you can see those other videos if you want to watch them. And it kind of shows this in a little bit more detail. All right, so I arrived a little bit late, but looks like it's already over. These ones are all shorn in this corner over here. They're filling up the last bags. This is how much wool came out. I'm not sure exactly what sort of quantity that is, but I'll ask Joaquin in a bit exactly how many sheep he's got, and we can kind of work it out. Ah, obrigado. Beer. Joaquin, quantas ovelhas tosquiu hoje?
Já chegaram 132.
132, okay. All right, so it doesn't actually look like it's finished. There are some more sheep that are on the way here, so yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on. But I've got a beer, I've got a camera, and I'm having fun. So you're saying just now there's like 130, what did he say, 132 sheep that are getting shorn today, so that's going to be a lot of wool. These ones look quite young. So you can see this one over here, this is the black sheep. This was me. This was me when I was growing up. This is the type of activity that generates or calls a lot of flies. I'm not sure if you can see it on the camera, but this place is absolutely teeming. And what I've learned is to wear, well, try and wear long sleeves. Definitely don't wear shorts, and wear something on your head, otherwise the flies drive you completely insane. So Joaquin's had a good head start on all of the hay. Look at this. It's amazing. So, I mean, he still has to collect all of our fields and everything, but you can see that he's got a whole bunch of summer food ready to go there. It looks like he's also got some wool over here. I'm not sure if they did these bags first and now they're doing these bags. I'm really not sure, but yeah, 130 sheep. You would imagine that there would be a stack. So I'm here with Antonio Caballero Diaz, and he's one of my neighbors from up the road. He's a sheep farmer, but this year he was telling me that he's only going to have 2 sheep. So it's duas. And then...
Sim, para produzir para o ano.
Okay.
Este ano é ano bissexto. Os antigos diziam, ano bissexto, cabe tudo num cesto. Cabe tudo num cesto que as hortas não dão nada, as frutas não dão nada. Costuma-se dizer que cesto cabe lá tudo.
Now, I know on the other years, Antonio's had quite a few sheep, but last year he actually sold his flock because there was such a heat wave and there was no grass, and the food was very expensive. So I think he's going to build up his flock again. But anyway, let's see what's happening here with the guys. Yeah. Okay, Premio Secadore. Okay. So this guy is the best cutter, huh? Cool. Right, so after the little beer break, it's time to shear some more sheep. These are very young sheep. You can see there's a lot of mixtures. Joaquin was telling me that the black one is just a mixture of all of the different races of sheep. So they've got a whole bunch of different types. And the ones that are like the pure milk breeds are the ones that are pure white like that. And those are the ones that produce the most milk. I think this is going to be the very first time they've ever been sheared, so they're going to be a bit terrified. But yeah, these guys are professionals and they know what they're doing. And I want to get them all in because these guys have found out it's going on YouTube, and I'm sure they all want to be on camera, so I'm going to make sure I get a nice shot of all these guys so they can watch it. And yeah, when you know what you're doing, look how fast it is. So this day's panned out a little bit differently to what I expected. This beer's gone down very well. We're not going to get the fields rolled today. I believe they're going to happen tomorrow. Look at this sweet little sheep. So Joaquin was just telling me that these sheep are 3 months old. So they were born in February. It's actually quite amazing how quickly these guys grow. You know, they're obviously quite small, but they put on a lot of mass very, very fast. Joaquin's dam is looking pretty good. I think last year when I filmed the sheep shearing, I think the dam was a lot lower. We had like a really dry April. It was like super hot. I think we were hitting like 40 degrees in April already. So this year's been a lot cooler. There's a lot more water and it's good to see. You can see a guy like this is very experienced. He's taking that coat off all in one piece. He's chatting away, having a good time. Second nature for him. He's got some skills. Boa! Professional!
Oh, sim, sim.
Yeah, you can see that, huh? All in one nice piece. Really good cut. And obviously without cutting the sheep as well. Those are some proper skills right there. When you have a barn, when you have a farm, you get lots of mice and rats and things, and this is one of Joaquin's little farm cats. I've actually seen this. I've caught this cat on our security cameras. It comes to our farm as well. It's a lot smaller than our cat, Boyki. So I don't think he causes him any trouble, but yeah, this is a proper wild cat. But I actually noticed that I think he's got some babies, because in this little manger just over here, there's a mother cat with 2 little babies and they're suckling. and it's so sweet. Look at that. I don't really want to disturb them, but... Hello, Mama Cat. I'll be out of your way in a sec. Say hello to Mama Cat, YouTube. Yeah, those cats serve a very important role, otherwise we'd be completely overrun with mice and rats and things like that. So they get to eat well, and we don't have those problems. This day is panning out completely different to what I expected. I thought we were going to be rolling up hay today, but I believe that's happening tomorrow. So, but still, it's been a good day. There's always something interesting going on here on the farm, and it's always cool to watch. I believe these are the last 2 sheep being shorn now, and then it's game over. So the guys were just telling me now that on some of the days they share up to like 600 sheep, and he was just telling me that him and his father on one of the days, just the 2 of them, did 360 sheep. So yeah, pretty amazing. But today I think Jacqueline was saying it was 132 plus however many sheep were in this corner over here, which I think was about 50 or so. And there were 4 guys, so and they've done a good job. They've done a good job, and it's quite quick as well. It's before lunchtime, and this is the result. So we've got all of these bags full of wool, and they've been packed quite tightly. You can see we've got some nice quality wool as well, and obviously we've got some wool that desperately needs a clean. But all in all, it looks pretty good. So tomorrow, Joaquin's going to come with this little sweeper device and pick up all the grass on the farm, and then after that, it's all going to go into his roller over here, and he's going to roll some big old hay bales. So I'm definitely going to get some footage of that. Okay, so I'm at Travel Cafe in the village. We've got all of the guys here who've been cutting the sheep, and we're about to tuck into some lunch. We've got Joaquin on the end here, and we even have Costa. He's popped up, and we're starting with a little bit of vegetable soup on the side here, some wine, and the rest of the food is going to be on the way soon. I must say this is a very good soup, really tasty. I'm here with Ricardo. Yes. Ricardo, good to meet you. So he was just telling me that today it took 1 hour 40 minutes.
For 180 sheep.
180 sheep. Yeah, amazing. Really good job. Yeah. And now we're going to eat well.
Yes.
So he's just showing me that he's got a picture of he's shaving. He's getting his hair cut. Oh, that's brilliant. Nice. I'm feeling a little bit shortchanged here because I went for a sandwich, but it's a really good sandwich. It's got the Soalera cheese in it, so the sheep cheese from our farm, from Joaquin sheep. But these guys, check what they got. They've got this over here. It looks like we've got beef, eggs, chips, salad. It's looking really good, and all of the food's arriving now. Right, so that was a pretty awesome lunch. It's kind of finished now. I thought people are leaving. I'm not sure. But look at this. We've got a plate of Soalera cheese. This is the stuff. This is basically the cheese made from the sheep that eat the grass on the fields around here. And this is like some blackberry. It's good stuff. Right, so this is Manel. And Manel has a really nice farm just down our road. He's Boa Agricultura. Boa Agricultura. Exatamente, yeah. He's a really good farmer, this guy. He's got the most incredible farm. And a good character. Obrigado. And Joaquin is eating the queijo de Soalera. Joaquin, queijo de Soalera.
Melhor do mundo.
Melhor do mundo.
Best in the world.
Best in the world, exatamente. Best cheese, the best cheese in the world, and here he is eating it. It's the proof. So I just want to say, hopefully the camera is going to pick it up, but I just want to say that it's so amazing to be here after 5 years with these guys, with Joaquin and everyone. They make me feel very invited and very part of it, and it's such a blessing to be able to experience stuff like this. So we're having coffees now, and there's a coffee, and there's this stuff called Aliança Velha,
Aliança Velha.
which means Old Alliance.
Yes.
It's like a type of brandy. And then we have this one over here, which is an aguardente. An aguardente. And you have this with the coffee.
It's more strong.
It's a stronger version.
Yes.
So yeah, it's an espresso with a very strong shot. So Joaquin and I are going to finish off the day with some aguardente. And the name of this one is
CRF.
Serious? Okay, yeah.
Tintim.
Tintin.
Para que as mulheres nunca fiquem viúvas.
Muito obrigado.
Tudo bem, Cano?
Tudo bem.
Muito obrigado pela companhia.
Pela companhia. Ok.
Companhia.
Companhia. Ah, ok. Muito obrigado.
Tudo bom. Bons vizinhos. Bons vizinhos.
Exatamente. Obrigado.
Tudo bom. Tudo bom.
I've just come home to this. A little nose sticking out of the fly trap. Grab that nose. Grab it. Mimo. Grab that nose. So, yes. Sorry that the last bit of this video was filmed on my mobile phone, and it's probably really windy and it's going to be sounding terrible. But at this point, after all the aguardente and all the good food, I don't really care. Tomorrow Joaquin's going to come sweep up the grass. He's going to make himself some nice hay bales for his sheep that you saw earlier, so that they've got some feed in the summertime. And I'll get that all filmed, but I'm not sure if it's going to go into this video because I feel like we've had an action-packed episode. So this is where I'm going to sign off, and we'll see you next time. Say goodbye, Mimo. Goodbye, everyone. Eddie, say goodbye. Goodbye, everyone, from Eddie. And we'll see you next time. Ciao.